This is Jay coming back with you guys because I am a returning player to Black Desert. Last time I played, it was probably a little bit after COVID, somewhere around that time frame, and the game felt like it was just in a rough spot. I want to say it was back in 2022, and I wasn't really too super deep with the game or super in love with it. I had stopped playing before that when they had changed the sea candies. I think it was way back in 2018. So yeah, fast forward to now, it's 2026. Crimson Desert just came out, and I loaded up Crimson Desert, and unironically, I thought the Black Desert combat was much better. And this was a couple months ago at this point. For me to even have picked up this game, I picked it up back in April, so we're in June now. So it's been about 2 months. I've been playing the game for about 2 months since coming back. It's been pretty good, right? And now I'm back. So I'm on the Wizard. So let's kind of go over some of the new things that have kind of happened since I haven't been in the game, since I haven't been here too much. The last thing I remember was kind of like the Wusa and her drop. That's why I said 2022. Now it could have been a little bit earlier than that, but I really don't remember. I remember there was Megu that was getting ready to come out. I think the newer classes, it's Megu, it's Scholar, it's Dosa, it's Seraph, it's Deadeye, and Wukong. And I think the upcoming class is like Deadeye's brother or something. Every single class, they're all pretty good, to be fair. I played through most of them. I wanted to try them all out before I just fully committed to Wizard. Now I went through the season system that has changed from actual season to season to season to a permanent season system. I went through that as the Wizard to kind of get back into the groove of things with the game. But since then, it's been pretty good, all around. And I thought the new season system was much better than the old one. It didn't feel like you were on a time crunch. Granted, I still finished, whatever the 0 to 60 in a week or so. You know what I mean? Or a couple days, whatever it was. So, I wasn't on time crunch. But it didn't feel like, oh yeah, I have to get this done in 3 months, or my character's going to get pushed to live servers and I'm on the time. Nothing like that. I felt really relaxing. Take your time with it as you get comfortable getting back up to speed and learning the new mechanics. Next, so kind of like I was saying when I was trying out all these classes, I was using the new tagging system. You're familiar with it, and maybe it was in the game when I last played, but I didn't use it. And all the new tagging system is it allows you to kind of have a main character. So I have a wizard, right? As you can kind of see in the background here. But I've also tried out all the old classes I used to play. I've tried out all the new classes I wanted to try out. I haven't tried out Seraph or Wukong. Or anything like that, but I've tried out all the other classes I wanted to try just to see what I wanted to do, see what the other classes felt like without giving up or having to fully swap from my main character. And it's super cheap. You use this new, this material called Marnie's Unstable Fuel. I believe it's 1 Marnie Unstable Fuel per piece of gear. It's either 1 or it's 10 or something like that. And they also added a rotation, so if you wanted to tag a Guardian, and then 2 weeks later they made it so Guardian's not on rotation anymore, it's a Deadeye. So now you can tag the Deadeye for free with no Marnie's fuel. So it's kind of like a give and a take. You tag in the major cities, and if you untag not in a major city, they just won't be with you anymore. You just group them up together again to tag them. So there's that. I thought was really cool. Next was the Olvia Academy. So I thought Olvia Academy was really fun when I tried it. Fun. It's it's a grinding thing. You're going around, you do combat and you do life scaling, and it's kind of something to kind of get both new players, returning players, and current players when it came out a bunch of freebies and up to speed on how to do certain things and some mechanics and some grind zones that are later in the game. In the background right now, this is a part of Olvia Academy. I'm doing I don't remember what they're called, the Grumbling Pirates or something. You fight them every week. You get 90 coins for it. Then you fight a boss. And you should see that boss section here as well. So from there, you get a bunch of Pin Black Star materials, a bunch of Cron Stones, a bunch of just freebies, and it's really good. So there's that. Next, the gear changes. So they added this thing called a pity system. It's new to me. I don't know how I'm in the game for. I like it because, like, if I'm hitting something 10 times, you know, and the pity's 15, at least I'm like, well, it's almost done, right? or it's like, you know, I hit it in one go and I didn't need the pity system. But for the most part, it's a good change of pace for if you're hitting something and you need to go through the progression for hitting said thing. And it doesn't feel like insane when you're tapping something. Now, granted, some of the pity numbers could probably be lower, but I'm not as familiar with it, so it's not really on me to talk about. On the screen right now, you can kind of see their new inventory system. This is the Olvia Academy thing I was talking about with the coins you can get and spend on. But for the, you know, and they also made it so any event drops that are currencies get put into this, which I thought was way better. Instead of you having to kind of go in your inventory, look for the event item, go to the embassy location, and whatnot. The grind zones and party content. So there's a lot of like party content, I guess. You have your weeklies, which is like Altar of Blood, which is kind of like just like a turret defense, tower defense type of thing, where you and two other people defend like your location from waves of enemies up into a certain, you know, wave, and from there you also fight like bosses every couple rounds. I think it's like every 4 or 5 rounds you fight a boss. There's also your Land of the Morning Light weeklies, which is your solo ones, which you can do, and then there's also your daily Land of the Morning Light weeklies that you can do. And the daily Land of the Morning Light I'm sorry. Wait a minute, back that up. There is team-based and there is solo. And solo is like, you go in, it's either based off your light orbs that they give you, which is like a pseudo gear score, or it is based off of your actual gear score, I think at 8 and above. Otherwise, you're doing the weeklies with a team, which is like 5 people. You're going in, you're fighting these bosses from the Land of the Morning Light, essentially, and you get a bunch of loot for it. There's some mechanics. There's a hard, there's easy, there's like a sun, a moon, and a mountain. I don't fully remember it. I clicked the sun button. I don't know. But yeah. Next. So there's Arena of Solare. Now, I'm not sure how long this has been in the game. I don't remember Arena of Solare being the big thing when I last played. The last thing I remember with PvP, it was either you played that Battle Royale mode or you played Red Battlefield. I didn't remember Arena of Solare. And, you know, granted, I haven't played in a while, so there's also that. And Arena of Solare is essentially just this PvP game mode. It's a 3v3 ranked PvP gear event thing. And I think it's actually pretty sick. You can go in, you get some free crons every week, essentially, when you do it. It might suck if your class just isn't good for it, or you're, you know, getting ganged up on because you're playing like an annoying class to deal with in those, and you gotta go against, you know, ninjas or something, right? But for the most part, it's pretty good. I think it's a really good way to get people into PvP, and it's not like open world PvP, which I have done, and I will put that up in later, up in here. But for the time being, that's what Arena of Solare is, which I think is pretty fun. I'll try to bring that up as well in the video. Lastly, the guild content. Now, they've changed a little bit. For one, if you join a guild, you have to wait like a week, I think. It's either a week or it's 2 weeks for you to do guild bosses. Now, guild bosses are no longer in the open world. It's like in an instanced event. I guess people were griefing. I don't fully know what happened. I wasn't there for it. So there's that, which I thought was pretty fun. I do them every week because it's mad money. It's like 2 to like 6 bill a week, and then you get your dark rifts, and then you do your Land of the Morning Light, and then you do all these other things, and it's so much money, and you make so much money grinding at like Hex or something, or Tungrad, Hex and Tungrad and stuff. You make so much money at those locations. So there is that. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of everything. I wonder if there's anything else. Maybe I can like kind of walk you guys through really quickly. So the reason I came back, like I said earlier, was because of Crimson Desert. I think that Black Desert's really good. I think Crimson Desert is really good. You kind of have to pick and choose which one. You don't really got to pick and choose. That's a lie. But I think when I played them, I just liked the combat of Black Desert more, so I stuck with that. But I know Crimson Desert should get a multiplayer section added to it, like co-op, so that would be pretty fun. So there's that. But before I wrap up, if you're planning to come to the game, you're planning to come back to the game, you want to play the game there's a couple like really good resources. Blue Squadron, the bald guy, he's pretty cool. He has like the gear progression guide. He has like the different guides for like where you can grind at. I think he goes on videos where he talks about some of the bigger AFK things you can do to grind. Like anything kind of in those ballparks, he kind of goes over. Garmoth is a big thing. You can get your free, like, I don't know what it was, like 20. It's a bunch of crons up right now you can get. And they keep the coupons up on Garmoth's website. You want to get to 60, I think, immediately as fast as you can to hit Olvia Academy, because it's kind of cracked with all the black stars, all the cron stones. And I assume they're going to bring another academy up the next season, whatever the next, But you want to get through to the Olvia Academy as quick as you possibly can, so you can get all those benefits. Next, get your main class, whatever looks fun, whatever looks cool. Whether you're playing your old class that you're playing before, and you don't like that class, but it has all your gear on it. You don't know if you want to go back to it or not. You're just kind of up in the air, or you want to just try the new ones. What I say is, get on your main class, set up the tagging. Get everybody get the main character in Olvia or on Velia, for instance, and then go get your new character and pull that character into Velia, and also do the same thing. And you can kind of tag them together and get the new gear, so you don't remove your old character and try to fully swap up, fully committing to another class. And you can kind of do that for multiple classes as you get familiar. Yeah, and I think next is the Heidel Ball. It is like next month. Usually I think it's in June, but next month it's in July this year instead. It's the end of July. So I would give that a check out. But here, I'll show you guys some of my taps at the end here. I've gotten pretty lucky. I don't actually know if it's lucky, but they've been going just instantly. So that's everything, guys. Thank you. Peace. Oh shit! I did not expect